we're recording.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That made me feel like the Nickelodeon monkey, the "Hi, I'm Paul."
Hi, I'm Paul.
Yeah. You always start off with the worst energy that I've ever heard from a person.
Facebook and Instagram for like 4 years. I am Paul.
You know you're
Great.
a millennial.
Yeah. I don't know this. This Nickelodeon.
It's like,
We'll show you. We'll show you in
There
break.
was a monkey at the end of Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron. Okay, that's
Like he had like 3 eyes and like 2 fingers or something.
Something like that. And his name was Paul.
The Cartoon Network weird ads.
I love the Cartoon Network weird ads. Yes.
Like, that was on repeat in my.
So weird.
So weird.
Wait, is it recording?
Welcome to episode 7 of the Roll Slayers podcast.
Here we are.
Hi, I am Tyler, not Paul. Before we get into tonight's episode, as always, we have some fantastic announcements from the wonderful Hayden Irwin.
All right, I'm going to do them up real close to the mic today because I'm serious about remembering all of these names and sponsors and such. We're going to start off with all the musical partners, the people that make it sound the way it sounds. We've got Beyond Skyrim. We've got Scanlan Short Halt Music. We've got Celestial Aeon Project. We've got Sirenscape. Those first 3, they do all the music. That last one, they do all the sounds. Head on over to all their respective websites. Do a Google search. You can find them all. It's pretty easy. And are also on our website under partners. Up next, we'll go look at all of their social media. Get it out of the way. It's not very much fun anyways. Unless you're there, in which case it's very much fun. So go check us out on Instagram, where you can see photos of all the actions and up close stuff from all the little painted minis that we've got. They're very intricate, very good stuff. And head over to, those are on Facebook too, I guess. Go to Twitter for the deep thoughts that ramble across my mind all the time. That means there's nothing there. So go check that out, I guess. And finally, get on YouTube and Discord. YouTube, that's where we post full episodes. So if you want to watch us do all this, you can watch there. And also on Discord, where I think most recently there was some discussion on Brandon Sanderson, almost always, I guess.
It's been a lot.
It's been a constant, and we have
Not sorry.
we have a pair of perpetrators here at the table for that.
That and Jeremy's snacking and how we missed him.
I don't disagree with that at all. I'm happy for the chicken wing season he's found himself in.
It is his era of chicken wing.
I'm
Miss you,
very happy
Jeremy.
for
I
him.
love you.
Okay, and from there, let's head on over to who makes those minis that we post on Instagram. You guessed it. It is Eldritch Foundry. Eldritch Foundry does custom minis with all kinds of little points of articulation, and you move the arms all over the place into weird shapes and such, and, reasonably priced STL files. So, use our code ROLLSLAYERS at checkout for an additional 15% off. ROLLSLAYERS at checkout. And, let me think. What's the next one? Oh, yeah, World Anvil. Thanks. Keep it going there. World Anvil, that's where the entire world lives that Tyler built. It lives on World Anvil. It's pretty handy tool for keeping track of all this stuff for your own game, for, I don't know, whatever you want to use it for, really. Keep track of your taxes, or I don't know. Put whatever you want in there.
I guess you could do that.
WorldAnvil.pxf.io/rollslayers.
I don't feel like taxes should get such a magical place.
Yeah, no,
That's true.
if you put your taxes in World Anvil, I'm going to come to your house, I guess, and ask you kindly not to do that.
Yeah.
You can technically make spreadsheets in there.
Yeah, don't do your taxes in World Anvil. World Anvil is for everything. And that's what it says on the website, for anything except taxes. World
Make
Anvil.
random combat tables instead with those spreadsheets. That way you can roll and see what happens when
That's a
your
better
party is
idea.
wandering through an ice field or a forest or something.
And lastly, Patreon. Patreon.com/rollslayers. That's where you can find some discussions about stupid stuff that we do here, and the cool stuff, and the fun stuff. All the stuff, really. And also some one-shots live there that were not put on here. Is that right?
I think one shot. Maybe.
One shot. Okay. Well, you've been letting me say multiple for weeks now, so.
I'm very bad at maintaining the Patreon, Hayden.
And also, I'm very bad about disparaging anyone who tries to interrupt these announcements because I will lose track immediately.
Well, you're
So-
done.
Hey, all at once. That was it, wasn't it?
Round of applause for Hayden for
Right?
remembering.
Word.
That was
epic.
that was
Everything.
maybe my least hostile one so far.
Ever. I feel like we're like, okay, just let him do his
Uh-huh.
thing. I like when they're insane, personally. But
Make sure it's not
that's fine.
So without further ado, why don't we hop into tonight's game? Last we left off, the party united against the cult of the Eyeless in a large cavern system below the city of Esaloon, labeled Spellman's Grotto by, I forget who did that history check, but someone found out that it was a specific named place. They then made their way to Blade Rest, some of them, to retrieve their payment and speak with Gale Warden Vinslow Raventree, where he commended them, thanked them, and made a copy of the ciphered text that they found within. The party also found within a +1 greatsword and a wand that has yet to be identified. And as they kind of split ways, Ori and Mert made their way to Grimble Ironforge's workshop, her kind of learning and apprenticing under him for the day, creating a Steel Guardian, and meeting Rick, or Richard, the Warforged. The Gith siblings, Zek and Zai, made their way to Avandra's temple within the city, meeting with, what's their name?
Simple Rose Brace.
Sambal Rosebrace, the Path Forger, and making a connection there, as well as a connection with some messenger birds.
Yeah, you gotta
Forgot
eagle
about
that.
Meanwhile, Visa and Breg got tanked at the Silver Goat. We pick back up as most of the group has arrived from their disparate paths, with Rick in tow behind Ori and Mert as he is in the middle of researching them.
Don't forget Mick.
Mick the fungal steel guardian. Yeah. The Myconid guardian. So that's where we'll pick up as Rick has greeted the group. You guys have made your way inside, and you are free to do as you wish.
It's like evening, right?
Mhm.
Ish. It's like ale buying time, hangout time.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, gonna make my way up to the bar. Like clamber up to the bar and order a drink.
Yeah. Easy enough. You're able to get a large ale for 2 copper. If you want to mark that off. Rick will creak up behind you.
No, I took Rick dancing. That was how that episode ended.
Yeah.
We're like going into bed, like we're dancing.
Okay.
He's not leaving unless he leaves.
Yeah. Rick is dancing, and then will creak up, seeing a large mug ordered, and does not understand what this is, as it's not usually around for meal times of Grimble, and Grimble's the only person he really knows. So he's gonna creak up and just stick a finger in your ale.
Try to smack the metal hand, but like, does it hurt?
No, I mean, it's metal, but it's not like you don't smack it hard enough to hurt yourself, I assume.
But yeah, just smack the metal hand.
Finger out.
Apologies, I will go back to dancing. Just waddles back over to, again, join? Is
yeah.
it just you or is it Zach as well
Oh,
dancing?
Zach's probably there, but he's not as good. He like feels really cool,
Yeah.
but he looks kind of dumb.
Rick is also gangly and does not know how to dance. Very bad at rhythm, but is seemingly having a good time.
I picture Zach dancing like kind of a video game NPC from like 2007.
Yeah, like kind of like the stormtroopers from like the Just Dance, the Star Wars Just Dance. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I don't. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what that looks like. That's a really narrow frame of reference, my friend.
Very niche.
I would say Breg is gonna approach the goblin at the bar. Well, welcome on back here. It's good to see you after the day that we've all had. I've been busy here. What have you been up to?
And I point over to both of the metal things. Saw
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. What are those?
One is make today. One is make pretty recent.
He's gonna kind of pause for a second and then establish a telepathic communication link. I'm detecting this might be a bit of an easier way for you to communicate. Is that right?
Well, you're inside my head, and I don't have to speak common, so yes.
Oh, wonderful. So you made those today?
Well, one of them was made today. This other small one made that one while studying with the guy who made the bigger one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Y'all went to go visit the Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't explain to me what hers does, but I assume it's similar to the other one.
Okay. Well, do you know what the other one does?
Well, the other one is trying to research. I don't know what he means by that. Best I can understand is what I did when I left the Goblin Pits.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty funny. Hang on a minute. He's gonna. Oh, and before I forget, I had an idea earlier. If you can, maybe you should try to snatch a bunch of coasters.
Coasters? What?
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe 12 coasters.
I guess the question is not if, but why.
We're gonna make some money, you and me. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Just go for 12. At least 12, between 12 and 15.
Okay.
As this exchange is happening, and as Zai and Zek are dancing with Rick, he's going to pause and cock his head. You are green. I just realized that.
Oh, yes, you cannot see color well.
No, I just didn't think about it. Why are you green?
All of our people are green.
The color of our skin.
You are not elves.
No.
No, we are not elves.
You are human.
No.
You are dwarf.
No. We are pig.
Gith. I do not know what a Gith is.
That is okay, we will show you.
Through dance?
Yes.
And the music and fighting and all the things.
Well, he got a little bit of the fighting, remember?
That is true.
Yes.
That was fun.
That is the most important.
But it is good for you to learn from us because we are clearly the superior type of being. So
That is true.
Oh,
We
that
are
is
not from
interesting.
this material plane.
More
like the rest
superior
of them.
than dwarf.
Yes, absolutely.
we are just better at most things. So
I find that hard to believe. Master Grimble Ironforge is quite sophisticated.
That is fine. We do not need Ironforge. We do not die, so we have plenty of time to make anything that we want from our hands.
I don't die either.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
don't think.
You-
Well, maybe.
You might like it where we are from.
I'm interested.
Or we cannot take you.
Oh, that is a shame.
Maybe someone else will take you.
It's okay. There's lots of places to go. I probably will leave soon.
Zai would start dancing. Okay.
Bobs his head.
She would
Still
also definitely have
no
a
rhythm.
drink in her hand the entire time.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you guys would like to do over the course of this evening? party, make
Yeah.
merry.
Yeah.
Sound feedback.
Absolutely.
I think I'll hang out with Mick a lot and show him some dance moves and also try to, figure out what he can do.
How does Ori dance?
She kind of just like hops from side to side and spins around.
You notice that all of the patrons are
Waves her hands a lot.
a little baffled by the pure energy and lack of grace among many of the patrons sharing the tavern main room, but don't comment.
Can I try to steal 12 to 15 coasters?
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check for me.
I would also say Zai is just like think of like a hobbit. Like she's just like going up to random people and like dancing with them and like kind of just bouncing around, not asking anyone if they will, like just having
yes.
a lot of fun and paying no attention to anyone else's feelings about.
Make a charisma check for me real quick.
Is she
Yeah, you get 15 coasters.
Yeah.
is she smiling, or does she have like a really intense face as all of this is going on?
Oh, she's smiling for sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Very big wide grin. She's loving all of this.
The
A
less
22.
terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you like actually start engaging some of these elves in dance, and people are actually like kind of loosening up. You ply them with a drink and then grab another drink, and they're just kind of spinning
Yeah,
people around.
exactly. Yeah.
Rick's getting a little more practice as he's watching and emulating you. He's still very bad at dancing, but he's getting there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Hayden, I successfully stole 15 coasters.
Oh, I heard. Thank you. Cool. We'll see what happens there.
Okay, I was about to say, is there something you want to
What
do?
kind? Are these
with
like
those
wooden
coasters?
coasters? Are they like
Yeah.
woodwork?
Just wooden.
Okay.
I imagine they're kind of nice. Like we're at a nice inn, right?
Yeah, they're probably just like little birch branches carved into neat circles.
Yes.
But some of them are probably even wrapped with leather.
At some point, Mert will probably walk over to Bragg and just kind of like briefly, but like very surreptitiously pull out kind of the tip of one, so the idea gets across without like totally exposing.
There's a slow nod from the helmet. He kind of points, does like little finger gun, goes back to pouring liquid
Is
under the
Brett
helmet.
just at the bar the whole time? Is he like talking to anyone? Is he just sitting by himself pounding ale?
I think he's kind of talking to everyone, and
Like-
I don't think much of it makes much sense.
Yeah, like every time someone sits down, he just like starts a conversation with
Oh,
them and
It's at that point. We've arrived there.
Okay, yeah.
At some point during the evening, Rick will creak over to Visa.
Who's probably been on the porch this whole time, just like in a rocking chair or something.
Nice. He will kind of crouch next to you, not using a chair, but wanting to be on eye level, and cocks his head. Hello.
Greetings.
You will die soon, is that correct?
I don't know.
You are aged.
That's true.
Do you fear death?
In my own way.
This has been illuminating research. Thank you. Walks back into the tavern. As the night passes, some of you grow a little less keen of mind as the drinks pile up. A nice supper is had, and you guys are free to take a long rest at your own leisure, unless there's anything you guys want to do during the night.
Not me.
No.
Okay. As you guys settle into your rooms, Breg, a slip of paper slides under your door.
Oh, beans.
You're able to pick it up if you'd like and read through it, but it just says back alley, 20 minutes.
I'm clearly in the state of mind to do something like this.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna go to the back alley.
Okay. As you wander your way, less stable on your legs than you might like to be, you find waiting in the back alley the familiar visage of one of your butcher contacts. A kind of short, portly human who's scratching his chin and looks over. Hi.
Oh, what you want at this time of night?
Look, things are getting a little hot around here. It's not great. Folks sniffing around.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, honestly, we did a misdemeanor at most.
Look, people are asking questions. Questions I don't want answered.
What sort of questions?
Questions about me, about you. So, I think perhaps, mate, it's time for you to mosey on out of town for a bit. Get some fresh air.
Look, I kind of moseyed on into town pretty recently. I think I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. I do appreciate your concern. Also, yeah, oh no, you're probably right. Maybe.
Look,
You know what? I will put a pin in this and think it through. How about that?
I'm getting nervous.
For what are they gonna do to you if they find out? Be honest. What we do?
don't know.
Dump some meat?
I don't know. But,
You're gonna be fined. Oh no!
look, there's players here that I didn't expect to be around.
And now that's something I'm interested in. Who's
Out of
that?
towners, folk from out of town.
Well, who? What kind of folk?
Well, a dwarf and some big old hulking lizard folk.
Oh, don't worry too much about those two. I think they're gonna be skipping town before too long.
I'm worried.
Well, I don't know what I can say to assuage your concerns, especially in my present state. I must admit, I'm not exactly at my sharpest right now.
Okay, yeah, I can tell that. Come by sometime. We'll talk.
All right. You know, here's what I'll tell you. You're gonna be just fine, I think. You see those two come around, and they start asking questions. Too many. Maybe you should be the one ducking out of town. I'll be honest.
Well, no, I like it here. You duck out of town.
Well, it doesn't help me. It doesn't really help me if they're already asking you questions. You're probably gonna need to duck out eventually too.
Scott. Okay. Thank you. I'll talk to you
Oh,
later.
you're welcome. We'll touch base.
He brushes by you, kind of shoulder checks you, and starts muttering to himself as he walks out of the alley.
I would say that Breg kind of chuckles to himself and goes back up to his room, locks the door, wedges stuff underneath the door again, and just passes out.
Absolutely. As you guys conclude your long rest, morning comes, fuzzy and painful for Breg and probably Zai, but comfortable for the rest of you. And you have a day ahead of you as you at some point gather down below for breakfast.
Breg is noticeably wearing the big cloak again. And is just going to commence to eating the carbiest of carbs that he can acquire.
As you guys come down, you do see sitting in a booth, Rick is just reading a book.
Can he read?
Yeah. He has eyeballs. Well, not eyeballs. He has eye receptors.
Eye receptors.
Visual receptors.
I could walk over to wherever Rick's sitting and, like, if there's a seat across from him, just
Yeah.
kind of like, what is read?
Oh, it is a history of the Torvenbergen.
Cool.
Yes. Cool.
Can read to me?
Well, okay. Should I start at the beginning? Or just read what I was reading?
How is a tell-all without tell-all?
Summary?
Summary. Yes.
Okay. I guess I'm only a quarter of the way through, but essentially, the Torvenbergen were and are a race of men who arose post-Dread War and found themselves to be quite skilled at many things, including seafaring, trade, and diplomacy. Their patron god is Kord, the Stormlord, and they appear to love war. That's about it, so far anyway.
Bert's just like kind of nodding and trying to understand.
Their priests are considered war priests and are often vicious in battle.
Are they still here?
Yeah, they're just to the west. East. They're just to the east.
Do they know Goblin?
Surely some of them do. Which goblin?
No, not one Goblin. Many.
I don't know. What do you mean by many goblin?
More than one.
Yes, I understand that. A grouping. A specific grouping or just a grouping of goblins?
I guess would say Goblin kind.
Yes. I am certain they are aware of goblin kind.
Would they kill goblins?
Probably. They're very good at killing from what I hear.
Bert's just kind of filing this away like this is a potential group on the hit list, maybe.
Sure. It really just depends upon what, I guess, goblin kind could offer to the Torvenbergen people. From what I can tell, they are resourceful.
And then I'll just kind of indicate either through verbiage or gestures that I would like to keep listening to what he's reading about.
Sure, he'll continue to read. It is a very dry text. As you start to find, it's a little bit like reading the Silmarillion and expecting something epic like The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings.
As far as goblins are concerned, stories are stories.
Sure. It is a very long, drawn-out story, and as you're reading, the rest of you probably overhear, but it's essentially just this story about how they've expanded their borders through clever subterfuge, through war. Roll D20 for me, Chris.
Oh, yeah. 8.
8. You catch a little. It's just passing mention, but there is the mention of a long lost Torvenbergen settlement called the Gilded Lord's Court that was lost during some of their wars with the Shokumbaras, the elven cities.
Yeah, I guess that's how I'll spend my morning unless other people come and pull me away from it.
Yeah.
Zion would come down like significantly later than everyone else. And like a little less shiny than normal, but like not curvy or grouchy. Like still in good spirits, but just a little like sleepy.
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zen would join you like as quietly as possible, eating whatever you're eating.
Zach has already eaten like 2 steaks and like a dozen eggs and is like
Carved up.
partially
Proteined up.
satiated. Yeah, and when she comes in, he'll like pat her heavily on the back. Oh, my sister, how are you doing this morning?
I am just fine. Thank you, Zach. It's good to see you.
You are having trouble with these Istic ales?
not having trouble. I had many of them. Maybe, probably one too many.
Only one.
Too many. But it's fine. Let's just eat our breakfast and get on with it. What is the plan for today?
I don't know.
You don't have a plan yet.
At the table, whenever we're all meeting, Mick the Myconid comes down, but you don't see Ori.
Okay.
So the Myconid is there.
These two are starting to make me a little uneasy, I'll be honest. With the two, I don't know what they call them, animated armors.
Yes, you remind me what your name is.
Me?
Yes, and the other one?
Rick from the other booth waves. Hello, I am Richard or Rick.
Richard or Rick, and what is this one's name?
I do not remember.
You don't remember.
I can forget things.
You can forget things.
Yes.
How does that work?
I don't know. Maybe I've forgotten.
Troubling.
Oh,
It
he
was-
is
it
clever,
was-
this one.
It was Mick, right?
Yes, it is Mick.
Oh.
Or Richard?
Perhaps. I have never met a Mitchard.
That is how that would work.
Yes, it is Mitchard. I'm 80% certain.
Well, hello, Mitchard. Do you like to eat a fungus robot person?
It does not seem to have a mouth.
Oh, that is right. It does not speak to us.
Where is its maker?
You hear a little bit of like hammering in the dome of the Myconid. Just a little bit of like something in there. And then you hear Ori's voice. Yeah, I think that's good. Then you hear her like stepping down a ladder, and she opens the back of the Myconid. Good morning, everybody.
Ori.
You were up inside of that thing.
It
Is that
does
where
have
you
a mouth.
slept?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish I could show it to you. She casts minor illusion and shows you like the inside of her little dome, and there's like blankets and a pillow and a few little crystals that light up.
Oh, that's amazing.
And not a whole lot else, but maybe you see like some strips of a potential patchwork thing, just kind of decorating it a little homey and cozy. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, that looks so cool. I've never seen one of these before.
Ori, you like to sleep in this soft, squishy little cave inside of your mushroom.
It's like an egg.
Oh.
It reminds me of home a little bit. I lived in the mountains, and sometimes there's lots of caverns and stuff, and I like little places where you can just be cozy. And I think it's I think it's a great idea, just because all of everything is a little stressful sometimes, and so whenever you can like put yourself in a smaller place and then you can breathe and you can kind of control that environment, and it calms me down a little bit.
That is very nice, Ori. I do not understand, but I am glad for you to have this squishy spot for yourself.
Thanks. I guess you could kind of think of it as an egg. Do you remember when you were an egg? In an egg?
No. When we are hatched in the
Come on, Molly, tell us.
in the mother egg is like a big egg chamber, and there are many eggs laid in a sort of a green goop. And when we are hatched, we are very small and weak, and we feed on the green goop that is there.
Yeah.
And
Every time I hear a story of Gith Egg, it sounds more like Goblin.
Well, there is a funny sort of a joke that our names, a gift name, comes from the first time a gift child sneezes, and what it sounds like is what you are named. But that is very funny because it is not true. When you are at a certain point, you the gift child will not. The gift child will not be able to eat the goop anymore, and you will vomit it. And that is when you get your name. Actually, is the sound of the vomiting. So my name is Roxtaldic.
Trying to stay in right mode.
And that is how we get our names, and that is when you are old enough to move out of the mother egg.
That makes no sense at all.
So, but I do not remember. I remember sort of emerging from the mother egg, but not really anything before that.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds like Goblin Pit.
This is very interesting. I would like to write this down.
Oh yes, I can share many things.
I think Visa's just wondering if that's how all kids get their names, or if we just have that kind of thing.
I would
think
also
that
love
the
to
sound
hear
of
about
that story-
goblin pits.
The sound of that story, Breg probably like pushes his food away. That's good.
Also, I
I'm
do
gonna get
have a
some of that.
clarification, Breg. I am not a animated armor. I am warforged.
Okay.
But you may call me animated armor if that makes you feel better.
I feel fine. Oh.
You do not look fine.
How can you tell? Never mind. Who knows how you function in there? I'm gonna
Not
step
me.
out. We gotta think of some more ways to keep ourselves busy, huh? Is that the energy that's being put forth this morning?
Yes, we do need some more jobs or something to do. You said you like to have jobs in cities, so
It's
Let's
true.
go
It's
do
true.
that.
We still have that one to figure out, though, right?
what job to figure out?
You said the wand?
No,
Or the one
no.
to figure out?
The job to figure out.
Hmm.
That one
We-
job.
What was the one job that we're talking about?
The lizard guy and the dwarf.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
The bounty for.
You do also have the cipher still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So let's.
Maybe
I
we
guess
should we let Rick take a look at these nonsense scribbles?
Oh yeah, right. Are you good with nonsense scribbles?
Possibly.
I would take it out and show it to him.
He takes it gingerly, very gingerly, in two hands.
Interesting. Yes. I cannot read this.
Because you do not speak Elven, or you just cannot make sense of the Elvish that is there?
Well, I do not read Elven, but I also cannot speak Elven.
Oh, okay.
I speak Common and Dwarvish
Okay.
and Infernal.
Oh.
Well,
That is
then
embarrassing.
perhaps we take this to someone that maybe could figure this out for us. Brave, you have been here a little longer than the rest of us. Do you have
that's
any
right.
names?
Let me hold
Or
on a
maybe we could
second.
take this.
Should
I
we
can't remember, Tyler. Do we have coffee in this world or not?
Yeah, absolutely. There's coffee.
Okay, I couldn't remember from last time.
It's gonna be kind of expensive around here.
I'm gonna go get something to get my noggin going, and I'll think about it on the way, and we'll figure something out.
Easy
Alright.
enough.
We'd follow him.
Silver Goat does have coffee. It'll cost you a silver piece, but it's real tasty. It's imported, he says, from the jungles around Caladian.
What kind of coffee is it? Just how do they prepare
Black?
it? Like a shot?
It's just like black. It's not like espresso. It's just kind of like I mean, it would be akin to like
beans
a
and
pour
pour
over.
water on them and
Yeah.
that thing?
Yeah, it's not fancy.
Do they have an automatic pour over machine?
Yeah. It's actually third wave, ethically sourced,
Just an unseen servant.
anaerobic process of some geisha beans. No, it's coffee.
Zach would like to ask for a sip.
Oh, sure. Just a little bit. I need as much of this as I can get.
Oh, that is terrible, and I kind of like it. I will go get one as well, and he'll go buy one.
Okay, 1 silver. Small kind of mug of it.
I'd stick to just one mug at a time for now.
Why is that?
We have too many. You get a little anxious and sweaty. What happens to me, at least.
Oh, I do not think that will ever happen to me.
Zach does
boy.
not get
I am never anxious and rarely sweaty.
Well, he does.
How old are you?
I am about 17 years outside of the mother egg.
Oh, okay. Definitely don't do anything to spur any anxiety at this point in your life.
Again, I do not
Like he's not an
get
anxious
anxious.
person.
I don't.
All right.
Please do not do this thing that you people do.
I'll do what
Do
you
not
please.
worry.
I don't have the energy to argue with teenagers.
For your first time being caffeinated, I'll give you inspiration. So you have a D20 at your disposal for rerolls or advantage. So you guys
Right
secure
now-
coffee, or what are you guys doing?
Could I try to identify that wand that we have?
Do you have the spell identify?
I do.
Okay, yeah, you can spend.
Oh, good.
you can
I
spend
prepared it.
Someone.
Yes.
I
10
prepared
minutes,
it.
or are you gonna just cast?
No, I have it, so I can.
You want to do
cast
a
it,
ritual
yeah.
cast,
Um,
or do you want to burn the slot?
Just 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, I'll
Sure.
just do a ritual.
Okay, it is a wand of pyrotechnics.
Ooh.
Sparkler?
It is.
Fun.
This wand has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and create a harmless burst of multicolored light at a point you can see up to 60 feet away. The burst of light is accompanied by a crackling noise that can be heard up to 300 feet away. The light is as bright as a torch flame, but only lasts a second. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. You can expend, if you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand erupts into a harmless pyrotechnic display and is destroyed.
That's cool.
It is a firework wand.
Oh.
Up to 60 feet away.
Yep.
Who wants
Okay,
it?
Todd.
Ooh, long pyrotechnics.
I kind of want to see what Mert would do with that. If I'm being honest.
Mert?
Sure. I'm staying on to it.
Okay. You now have a wand in your possession. I believe it is attuned. If it's not, then that's fine. But it should be in D&D Beyond. You can just add it to your inventory.
Sick.
Tyler, can I make a check to think of where I would be most likely to find someone? Where would be the most likely place to find someone who solves puzzles?
Make a with advantage since you've been in town for a bit. Make just a general intelligence or wisdom check.
Well, it's not good.
With advantage, it's not good.
With advantage, it's an 11.
Okay, that's enough. You know a few places. There is Storied Tomes, which you guys went to previously. While not super attuned to any sort of puzzle, Mistress Yulara is a pretty avid reader. There's also 2 magic stores in town with people who might be able to determine those things. They are intelligent people after all. There's the repository and there's the Enchanter's Den. There is also there is the Fate Changer's Court, which is a temple to Avandra. Perhaps one of the priests there might know something. And then there is, that's pretty much it of like learned people that you might be able to approach.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I got a few ideas. I think the most likely ones would probably be to start at either Fate Changer's Court. You might find some sort of, the type to dedicate their lives to Avandra and all that. They tend to, spend a lot of time deep in thought. And there's a magic store called Enchanter's Den. It's run by a Fae fella.
Well, we were at Fate Changer's Court yesterday, and we are familiar with the priest there. So perhaps we could go there and see what they know, and start with the people that we're already familiar with.
I mean, it's good to make connections. Good idea there.
Okay.
Yes, so this way.
I can show you guys my eagle.
Oh yes, he has an eagle.
Make your way through to Bodkin Point, through past several temples, some of them simply shimmering silver walls of energy surrounding wooden buildings. There is a traditional kind of beautiful wooden chapel and mead hall of golden wood. There seems to be some sort of like meadow hidden behind a thick copse of trees, and various other temples as well. But the siblings guide you towards a large circular courtyard, 4 standing stones at cardinal directions, covered walkway around them, and wind chimes hanging from every point imaginable. There is these carved paths in the flagstones with flowing water. There are large scroll cases behind each of the standing stones, and in the center is a giant bird cage with everything from eagles to sparrows to cardinals to ravens to blue jays. Reading through a scroll is a halfling with sandy hair, shoulder-length green eyes, garb of green and blue, who looks up. They smile at you guys.
Hello, Pathfinder Sambo. We are back today.
Back again, and with more. Do they seek the Fate Changer's blessing?
Perhaps, I don't know yet, but that is something we will work on. Actually, today we come here for possibly some help. We have a problem that maybe you or we would know someone that could help us with.
Okay, sure. What would that be? Nice to meet you all. Sambo Rosebrace.
Oh yes, these are my friends.
This is Ori. She is very small and shiny. I'm good at making things.
Hi.
This is Visa. He is a very old but can become like this guy. This is Mert. He is the golem. This is Brig, and we don't really know what's going on.
And you guys did notice that about halfway through travel to Bodkin Point, Rick did wander off.
Oh yeah.
He got distracted. You haven't seen him since.
Nice to meet you all. As I said, Pathforger, Sambo.
So you remember that the stories that we were telling you yesterday, we had found this little slip of paper with this gibberish that I don't understand what it means, and perhaps it is a code, and perhaps you can...
Oh, a cipher.
Yes, that is what it is. Maybe.
Interesting.
Or maybe it's just letters, I don't know.
Interesting. Let me see.
Pulls out a
I can't
small
believe we
little
all failed our
monocle.
intelligence checks on this cipher. It makes me so upset.
Y'all never made any intelligence checks on
We
it.
did. Somebody did.
I don't know the language.
I don't read Elvish.
I don't either.
Ori is very smart, but she doesn't know Elvish.
And
Right.
I did.
We both
I
did. I think
Yeah, I
we
think
both
y'all
rolled
failed.
poorly. Well, I'm like, Mary's Mary. And then I.
Okay, how did Samuel Rosebrace do?
They scrunch their brow, looking over it.
I don't know. The only thing that piques my interest is that each block of text is in groupings of 5. I don't know if that means anything. I can keep this and keep puzzling over it. I have some time.
We were perhaps going to take it to some other places that our acquaintances might know in the city to see if they could help decode it
Sure.
also. Perhaps you could take a copy of it and keep working on it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else you think we could take it to that might help us figure this out?
I don't know. Perhaps, well, there is, Rindle over at the Enchanter's Den. The Celadon Guard probably have some scholars.
Oh, they have been no help. They are
They do
terrible
not
at
know
their job.
They're basically dead to us.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, more power to you, I guess.
Is there, perhaps more importantly, anyone that we definitely should not take this to in town?
That's a very good question.
Like someone distrust, not worthy of trust. Is that what you
Yes,
mean?
precisely.
Oh, I'd be careful of the repository. Yeah, I mean, no one else other than that, I'd say.
Okay, well, will you please let us know if you discover anything, or as you share this and you get some more insight,
Sure.
you will let one of the birds come and tell us that you have news.
Yes, I'll send a bird.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Can it be the eagle?
Can we say hello to the birds?
Sure. Do you want to go in to the cage?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Kind of sidles over to the cage, unlocks it with this big, thick iron key, and creaks it open enough for you guys to slide in without letting any of the birds
Is
out.
there like any seed or things around or like fruits
Yeah.
or whatever that I could just like kind of casually pick up without asking and take in?
There is a bag of raw meat chunks available.
Okay. But wouldn't you have a raven?
Yep,
Yeah, okay. Sure.
they very much eat meat.
Yeah.
Sometimes corpses.
Yeah.
But you guys can sidle in as the rest of the group looks on, and landing down in front of you. This is a very large cage. It's almost like a little like aviary, with some trees and stuff in it, and dead pieces of wood. But flopping down on the ground is the giant eagle, and the raven kind of twitters and caws and lands on your shoulder and pecks at your hand as it sees that there is bloody chunks of meat ready to be consumed.
Oh, great. Now let's feed the bird.
Yes, you spend your time feeding the birds. The giant eagle seems to be much more affectionate, I'd say, than your raven.
Okay.
It's very nuzzly towards Zek,
Mhm.
who is happy to, pet the bird, and the
He will,
raven's a little
kind
more
of
reserved,
Stoop and
but happy to be here. You can tell it's just kind of chilling on your
I
shoulder.
have food.
Odds me, I thought they were joking. Or confused.
Oh no, they are quite attached to the birds now.
All right, well,
We would feed our birds and then leave
Yeah.
and go to Rindle.
As you guys are headed out,
Zach is gonna take the eagle will shed a feather and he's gonna take it. And
yes, easy enough to do. You guys head out. Where are you headed to?
Enchanter's Den to go see Rindle.
As you guys are headed out, there is walking through the streets. There's elves coming and going along the paths, but there's also this cloaked figure who kind of bustles into your party, not accidentally, but like intentionally, kind of bustles into the middle of you and holds up a hand in greeting.
Hello. Do you mind if I speak with you guys real quick? Just like over somewhere where people won't overhear? Hi.
How like tall is this bird? Like what?
Kind of hunched over, maybe 5'3", hunched over.
Okay. Sure, I'd follow him.
Removes the hood. It's a human man, or I'm sorry, a kindly older elf, with kind of wrinkled skin, short gray beard, and blue eyes.
Hi. You're the folk who have been out and about helping the guard, right?
You could say that the guards did not do anything, but we did do their job for them.
Good.
Yes, we are the ones who have been helping the guards out and looking into things around town.
My
Pleasure.
employer wanted me to find you guys.
Who is your employer?
Oh, he likes his privacy, but well, he wanted to offer a job. He's a benefactor of such of sorts for adventuring parties. And has a job.
Benefactor.
Pays for jobs.
Why can we not meet this person before we work for him? I don't like the idea of working for someone that I do not know who he is.
Oh, he doesn't like to meet anyone.
Zai, you tend to get used to it after you've done it for a little while.
This is normal for you. This is what
Oh,
you
of
do.
course. You don't meet everybody at the highest end of these things, especially when they're well-paying sorts of jobs.
What if you end up working for an evil person?
You judge them by the work.
Okay, then what is the work?
Oh, he just told me that there is a tomb near this village of Winwood, and that a key lay upon the body within the tomb. And he would like you to retrieve said key and keep it very safe, making sure it did not fall into wrong hands.
Oh, Rob Grave.
Essentially.
That seems like kind of an evil job to do.
I guess.
No, Rob Grave is normal.
Okay.
Well, whose grave is it?
I don't know.
That
Anyway,
seems
that-
like it wouldn't matter.
That concludes my end of this, so I'll be on my way. But
Excuse me.
Wait, where is it?
Yes, and how do we know if we go do the job that we will get paid?
oh, he's got someone in Winwood, I'm sure. And it's near
how will we find
Winwood.
this person? They'll come and
Look,
magically know that the job
Zai,
is done.
Zai, you're coming in a little bit hot on my friend here.
Is he our friend?
How do we know that he is our friend? This is
Look,
normal.
it's
This is how you people do these
it's a
things.
colloquial sort of friend. Never mind the parlance. What I'm getting at is this is a messenger, and you don't shoot the messenger.
This does seem like a personal conversation. I think I'll just be on my way. Thank you, though. Message delivered. I get paid.
Don't.
Have a good one.
I don't have a ranged weapon with which to shoot.
Yes, but I did not shoot anybody. I was asking the messenger questions. If they're a messenger, they should give me information. Is that not what a messenger is?
Yes, but you're coming at him a little bit on the hostile side. He looked pretty sheepish, is all I'm saying.
You don't think that he can stand my force?
No, I do not. That was a very old man.
Well, then he should not approach me, asking me to do some mystery job for his mystery employer.
Well, do you want the money or not? That's always going to be the question.
I don't know, not really.
I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Taking the
Zai
picking the key
has
up?
said. Yeah, there's too many questions.
At this point, it's about as good as a rumor. So if we find ourselves near Windwood, keep an ear out. But it certainly shouldn't change our trajectory at the moment.
So what you're saying, if we happen to find ourselves in this grave, and we happen to see a key,
How do we spell the name of the
we should just pick it up and bring it with us. But
WenWoD.
probably not go all the way to Windwood just looking for the key.
Perhaps
I need to look and see
we
how far
could
it is.
listen or look out for another representative of this employer.
But we don't know who this employer is.
So we need not worry about it if we're not finding ourselves near Windwood. Now, should we?
Well, let's continue to try to find someone in this town that can solve this puzzle.
What about Elf Guy? I don't think he's going to be much of a help for our own objective.
He is also gone.
Is this cipher worth me trying to do an investigation or like an intelligence check?
I could
Even
see
though
it at a disadvantage.
even if I don't know the language?
Yeah,
What
disadvantage.
if we told? Yeah, we could like tell her. Is it? What? I can't remember. It's just letters
Uh-huh.
that don't.
Yeah. You can read it out loud and have disadvantage. But I'll allow you to roll with the help of native speakers.
And you'll allow the roll
Mhm.
because of that. Okay.
Mhm.
Still disadvantage.
Correct.
18.
You feel like there's a pattern. You're not quite sure what that pattern is, but there's a correlation between some of these letters, perhaps being rearranged in a specific order based on these brackets of 5 that might, with further research, glean what you're looking for.
Okay. I have an idea, guys. So I say all of that. But I wonder if I can take this and like spend a little bit of time like putting all these letters in lots of different patterns and see if the Elvish speakers or those who speak Elvish or understand it can maybe figure that out. But I would have to be sitting for a while. Do you guys mind if Mick just follows you?
That sounds like fun. Perhaps I will stay with you and Mick can stay with them. Can Mick tell you if they need us for something?
Oh, like I would go up in the dome while everybody's walking.
You can ask us questions from in there.
Or just sit and work on
Maybe?
it while we walk and ask other people.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can make a copy of it.
Rolling for whatever this is happening.
Maybe we ought to make a copy of it so we can keep our investigation going in parallel. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy enough to duplicate.
She climbs up in the dome and just starts.
Okay.
Computing.
And I would kind of start doing, she would get out her little notebook and start trying to do the same thing, even though this is not something she's done a lot of.
Sure. Go ahead and make just 3 intelligence checks with disadvantage.
Me
Mhm.
or her? Okay.
And then can I get a D4 roll from someone, please? What's this D4? 3. Okay. Where are you guys headed?
Do we want to continue on our track towards
Yeah. Randall
Okay, towards Randall's magic store.
and the Enchanter's Den.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say as we approach the store, Brig is gonna just kind of pull everyone together a little bit. All right, so I don't know anything about this character at all, but I do know that he is of the Fey persuasion, so sometimes those types like to get a little bit tricky on you. Just keep a bit of an eye out. Now, he's probably gonna be fine if he's running a store here, but you know.
What kind of tricky?
Oh, nothing too terribly harmful, but just like, you know, maybe you walk in and there's a firework explosion or something around your head, or like there's a bunch of spiders on your shoes.
I like
But they're not really there, they're elusive. Yeah, it's just illusions though, not real spiders.
Oh, well, that is also fine. Let's go see what tricks he has for us.
He may not. I'm just trying to put everybody a bit ahead of schedule on that is all.
You guys find yourself in front of a large hill with a big square door set in it, almost like a hobbit hole, but the door is large, like about 15 feet wide and kind of curved, almost like a hole. And indeed, Visa, this does look like a burrow, almost like it was a animal burrow at some point. Going inside, it is a very kind of cozy, den of a dirt wall. It is indeed a actual den of some sort with what looks to be kind of flagstone floors and various drawers and displays with what look to be like large swords and staves and gauntlets and pieces of armor, smaller things as well. Standing behind the counter, kind of fidgeting with what looks to be a yew wand of some sort is a middling height satyr, probably about 5'5", has kind of hairy goat legs and two ram's horns protruding from a more sharp angled face, bearded, looks to be mid-30s.
Like literally the first thing I do upon seeing the wall of shiny, just like a child in a toy store, just staring at it.
Hello! Welcome to the Enchanter's Den. What can I do for you all? I'm Rendell.
Randall, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure indeed.
Look at all these fine goods. Did you make all of these yourself?
Oh, some I've collected, traded for. You know, wizards. They're always trading one thing for another.
That's true, they never can make their minds up, can't they?
I certainly can't. But yeah, these are some treasures I've picked up along the way, and made some, yes.
Well, I was instructed down this direction to you. I was wondering if we might be able to pay you for a bit of your time
Sure.
to help us solve a little riddle is all.
A riddle?
You see a big
it's
grin
nothing
come across
we-
his face.
Yeah, we got it a little bit solved already, courtesy of our friend here, and I gesture at the mushroom robot.
That's
Don't
interesting.
explain.
Am I done working yet?
No, you're not going to be done for a while.
Oh man.
We'll probably. What's your first roll?
I got a 15, 16, and a 20.
Okay, so we'll get you on your 15.
So, riddle. Tell me it.
I would take out the paper and give it to him. Well, we found this and it appears to be some sort of cipher, but we can't seem to crack it.
Kind of frowns, taking the paper.
It's not as fun as the spoken riddles. Okay, yeah, and Elvish.
We know that according to our friend, there's these groups of 5.
Uh-huh.
That helps you out at all. We don't know exactly what they correspond to.
I can take a crack. I got time. This wand isn't going anywhere. Well, hopefully not.
Look at Mert.
How much attention is he paying to the wall?
I don't know.
Not necessarily with the intent to take, but definitely like reaching a hand out to touch.
Okay. As you reach your hand out to touch, you hear. He's not made eye contact with you at all. He's still reading through the paper.
I would like look back at him in his general direction to be like,
Don't touch, please. Also, I'm focusing.
He sits there for a good, 15 minutes, brings out a kind of a wood tablet and starts to mark down various combinations of letters. Scratches his goat chin. Just kind of
He
looks
has
up.
a goat chin.
Not a goat chin.
Wait, what kind
He's
of fingers?
got a goat little
Just
goat
like
beard.
a
Yeah.
goatee.
Lower half that just
He has a
sticks
human
way out.
face.
Wait, what?
Very much a human face. Although he does have goat eyes, square pupils.
Ooh, weird.
Looks up at you all.
Well, this is indeed a cipher that I am having a lot of trouble with. You said groupings of 5.
I'm gonna roll at advantage because he has information. I'll use yellow.
Thanks, Tyler.
Okay. Well,
He starts to spell again.
okay. So I think the first 5 letters could be STAGG, or they could be GAST, maybe? That's the first 5 letters, though, you know. You can read Elvish. So, stag? I don't know.
Is this a real puzzle that we can solve out of game?
Absolutely, you can solve this out of game if you wanna. Do you have access to the Elven alphabet?
No.
Oh my god.
It's on the internet.
Well then,
No.
Come on, Ori. You got this.
He seems adamant that each of these 5 things should spell something intelligible. Or at least partially intelligible. He
so are you
posits.
saying it's just a word scramble?
Yeah. He posits that it's a word scramble. He posits that words might not fully be in those groupings of 5, or they might be fully in but have extraneous letters.
Like carry on over to the next line.
Correct. That's what he's kind of posited. So he's trying to make sense of that first line.
Which contains 2 G's, A, S, and T.
Correct.
Can we not tell what all the letters are?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
The next
what are
line
the letters?
is it's got an H, an I, or an H, an R, a T, an A, and an I. The next line has S, A, L, E, and B. And then the last line has D, A, O, T, and I.
Oh, Tyler, you don't know what kind of mistake you just made. You just gave the word jumble crew the secret letters.
Or the first.
Thank you. So that's kind of what he gives you in the brief 15 minutes he scans through.
I can try and solve this all right now.
Great. We will peruse your different things that you have.
Okay,
Well,
no perusing, please. I like to show, not have it. Just
Oh, I know. How much is give shiny for shiny?
which shiny.
but these are not for sale.
Oh,
They're
these are all for sale.
but we are not allowed to look at them.
No. I can show you. I don't like people looking at things that it's just.
Okay, we can sit here and wait patiently.
Sure. It will be a while, I think.
We can be very patient.
Okay.
He just starts digging right back into it again. Ori, you've probably deduced about the same at this point as him with that first roll of 15. That indeed you can make sense of some of these. Like some of these are word jumbly, but you feel like you're starting to maybe close in on the last grouping, perhaps, if you spend a little more time.
And
as
I was
you
just with
guys-
the first one?
Yes.
The first roll? Okay.
As you guys are waiting, though, there does come a knock at the door, to where Rindle kind of pops up and clomps on over with his goat legs to the door and cracks it open.
Hello. Oh,
Kind of opens it further, and you see a Celadon guardsman peek his head through. Hello.
Oh, hello. Can I interest you in magic items?
I'm actually here for them, and points to all of you sitting, waiting.
You came here for us.
Yes, I asked around. Gale Warden Raventree would be pleased to see you. We've apprehended the merchant.
Oh, well, let's be off. Randall, thank you so much for your work.
Oh, sure.
We'll stop back later and be sure to pay you for the work that you have done for us.
Oh, no need. That's fine. We'll come to a deal next time.
Well,
that'd be fun.
Sounds lovely.
I love deals.
Nods in appreciation and keeps the slip of paper unless you ask for it back.
We shouldn't leave him with that slip
No.
of paper, y'all.
No.
Okay, he'll provide it. What's everyone's passive insight?
Ooh, passive insight, 14.
10.
Or I'm sorry, passive perception.
Also 14.
14, 10,
11.
11,
14.
14,
16.
16. Visa, you notice him pocket a second slip of paper.
A second slip.
Seems like he has copied it down.
That's fine.
Did my party make an overt gesture in taking
Yes.
the paper so that he wouldn't be alone with it?
They asked it for it back so that he would not have it.
Then I think as he's pocketing it, Visa would probably say, if you don't mind, we prefer to go over it together. No perusing.
Oh, tricky.
He hands it over to you, almost just like happy that this was like a little tricksy game of chess. Yes.
Just a little polite nod, and then Visa will join the group.
You guys make your way
That's
out
good.
of the den.
And who is this merchant?
The shop owner.
His name is Wendell.
Oh!
Rendell.
Yep.
Oh, this merchant that we're speaking with, or the one that we're going to go see?
That was apprehended.
The elf
Yes.
guy, right?
Oh,
That was the elf guy from- Gail got him.
You make your way back to the now familiar visage of Blade Rest, down into its kind of carved halls and rooms, and circle down further than you've been before into this anthill-like structure, into what turns from dirt to stone, and into a large like hallway with iron doors set into them at dispersed intervals. You see leaning against one of the walls with several other Celadon guardsmen is Vincelur, who clocks you.
Oh, well, I thought I might notify and let you have first crack at figuring out what Erglos knows. We found him about a day out in the woods, heading southwest or so.
You want us to crack him?
I mean, first crack at figuring out what he knows, not cracking.
Oh, just asking questions.
I mean,
That seems much more civilized.
look, if cracking's what you need to do, then
Or we're allowed to crack him if we need to.
perhaps. Just don't irreparably damage him, please.
I am just impressed that you actually found him. Like, actually did a thing that you are supposed to do.
We do try in the Celadon Guard.
Zai would put her hand on Zek and just try to get him to stop saying so many
If I could make eye contact, I would
The prayer
do a
sign.
little person.
And Zach will, oh, yes, thank you. With an awkward prayer hands bow.
Just fully knowing what's going on. Praying back.
You're welcome. So, at your leisure, I'll be outside.
So what is our game plan? We cannot all go in there, that would be pretty ridiculous. Do any of you have experience with this sort of interrogation previously?
I've done a bit or two, you know, done a couple rounds with folks like this.
You want to try going in alone, or would you like someone in there with you?
Well, I think it would do well to probably split things up a bit, you know, because you can keep them off guard a little bit by taking different approaches. So I could go in and, you know, buddy, and then well, you two are pretty terrifying, especially the elves, it seems. So you could stroll in and give it a shot if I can't get too much out of them.
Oh, Zek would be perfect for that. He is very good at intimidating and cracking.
I think maybe we do it that angle and we send in Visa too, have him in there like sort of a supervisor.
Oh,
No.
yes, because he is so old, he would be very good at supervising.
Right. You basically end up looking kind of like a handler, and it sort of lends a bit more to the intimidation factor.
As
And-
you mentioned intimidation, Visa's pulling out that jar with the eyes in it.
Oh, that's right. Here, let me
Let's do
take.
it. Zach is ready.
No, let me take those in first.
Are you
Because
sure?
I think maybe I can get him to open up a bit with them. How about that?
All
You
right.
want him to open up the eyeball jar.
No. Open up his thoughts and feelings and confessions.
Oh,
Don't forget
yes, that is
the-
what we want.
The jar reads, my sweet or my love, Gorm.
My beloved. It says beloved.
Okay. Well, this sounds promising enough.
My beloved.
And you know, if all else fails, we just act like Mert got loose and he's gonna go chew his fingers off or something like that.
Well, do you like chewing on fingers?
It's known to happen.
Okay, well, we will sit here and you can call upon us if you need some finger chews.
All right.
Zai would sit down and work on the puzzle while they're doing this.
Ori is still in the dome.
Yep. So, Bragg, as you enter the
As
cell,
Greg enters, he is gonna cast. So, is there like a vestibule, or is it like a door straight in there?
it is a door straight in with just a big blocky cell, no window, obviously, but there is kind of like an arcane lamp in the back left corner that's just kind of a glowing mote of blue light. Chained
Okay.
to the far wall is the portly elven visage of Erglos.
Okay, so as Breg goes to walk in, he's going to see like a hand kind of emerge from within the cloak, and you hear him do some low whispers and do some subtle gestures with his hand, and he's going to cast Disguise Self, and now just stands what looks like I would say an upper clerical sort of elf.
Okay. Sure.
And Mert, the face that's there is not dissimilar from the one you saw before, but it's an elf.
So-
I'm inside with you right now.
I mean, you can come with me, but it would be
As
for
he's going in.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
we all
y'all,
saw that happen?
yes, you saw that happen.
Okay.
As you
Got to keep them on the toes.
enter and close the door behind you, you see Erglos kind of squint up at you. There's low light, but the torchlight from outside briefly flashes and kind of blinds him a little bit. But then his eyes adjust. I don't know you. What do you want?
Well, I'm just in here to have a little chat with you, my friend.
About what?
I'm gonna take the jar out and just plop it onto the table.
What's your passive insight?
Passive insight, 13.
See his eyes just momentarily widen a little bit. What about it?
Well, you see, we found this in your house.
Yeah.
So, I think given the events of the last few days, you might like the opportunity to explain yourself a bit, wouldn't you?
Oh, really?
So you're just gonna squander that? You're just gonna resign yourself to whatever fate comes your way, huh?
I didn't choose my fate, but I'm happy. I'm content.
Well, you wanna spill some more on that? I'm curious. What do you mean you didn't choose your fate? Because if you didn't choose what happened to you and your actions were influenced in some way, there might be something I can do about it for you.
Oh, I chose my actions, but fate. That's a different thing entirely.
Is this a philosophical sort of fate, or are you actually saying that that you're not responsible for what happens? I don't, just
Philosophical.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I like to hear and talk about all day. Immaterial bullscut.
Well, perhaps you can talk about it with someone who cares. Kind of goes
I
back
guess
to
that ain't gonna be
shifting.
you, huh?
Shifts kind of like to the side and doesn't make eye contact. You do
I'm
see
gonna-
him glance at the eyeballs every now and then, though.
Say what now?
You do see him glance at the eyeballs every now and then, though.
Now, on the other hand, Gorm here. I imagine Gorm knew a bit about your actions, huh?
My sweet Gorm. Yeah. Yeah, what's it to you?
Well, let me tell you a story of what I think happened. I think that you were probably pretty well connected with one of those, what call them eyeless, those freaks that ravaged the town the other day. I think you were probably pretty close to one of them, maybe before they went in under the moniker the eyeless. I'm watching as I'm saying all of this to see how it's received.
Sure.
So if that's active insight, I don't know.
It is active insight.
Can we?
Okay.
We can't see any of this, correct?
Is there a two-way mirror or a one-way mirror?
Or like
No.
a slit that we can look through.
There are a few bars, but
But we can't
it's such
see
low
them.
light that it's really hard to see anything in there.
And how big is the room that they're in?
Maybe 10 by 10.
Okay.
You can hear muffled conversation coming through the door, though.
Am I too off base with all that?
Just a bit. But, of course, I'm not admitting to anything. Now am I?
I'm not looking for you to admit to anything, friend. Why won't you accept that? I'm looking to get the story of what happened the other day.
Seems like some folk went crazy.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. That is a
Subtle
save,
spell.
correct? Yeah. Full spell, so save.
No, I can read upfront thoughts. There's
Yeah.
no save and there's no sign that I cast it.
But the Detect Thoughts has another level.
It does.
to
If I
right?
want to probe deeper and get deeper thoughts,
Correct.
I can do that.
Do you want to do that?
Not right now.
Okay.
I want to see what I get up front.
Surface level. You hear.
What does this guy want? He knows what happened.
I'll go ahead and probe deeper.
Okay, that is a wisdom save?
I think so. Where is it? Yeah, I think it's wisdom save. Yeah, wisdom.
Okay, that's a 17.
Oh, that saves. Yeah.
Okay. There is a bit of mental resistance as you try and bore into this one's mind.
He knows now, though.
Yeah, he gives you a look.
Shoot, it was worth a try. You can't fault a guy for trying, right?
Kind of spits.
Nope, can't fault him. We done here.
But you in no way, shape, or form believe that I'm here to try and just figure out what happened. You know I'm not with the gods. I'm not here to try to pin it on anybody.
You're dressed like a...
I'm not dressed like a guard. I'm dressed like a
higher up.
like an official, like
Yeah.
someone at the courthouse or something.
Yeah, some sort of governmental figure.
You're dressed like one of their ilk. You look like
You
him.
know.
What did you say?
I said, you know. Would it help if I put on something more comfortable?
Not
You gonna come back in here
particular.
in my jammies?
No.
What do you want?
Solitude.
Well, seeing as to how you seem pretty unwilling to assist in any way, that ain't likely to come your way anytime soon.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna roll. You know what? I'm gonna use D&D Beyond. 18.
All right. What is it you want to know?
I
No
want
more
to
of this
know.
posturing. Just tell me.
Look, I told you, I'm not here to posture. What I want to know is I want to know anything, first of all, that you know about the Isles. You know, as a religion. I'd like to know who Gorm was and how they fell into that bad crowd. And, I don't know, I can't imagine you have a lot of love lost for that group, so if you want to spill anything now, it's a good time to do it.
The eyeless are the next step in this world. There are betters. And Gorm. She's one of our betters now, too. Now that her eyes have been removed.
Now who? I don't know. That does sound a bit occult to me. But what kind of a god demands that of their followers?
A brutal one, but a fair one. That's all you'll get out of me.
Okay. Well, I thank you for what you've given here. Hopefully, it's enough to try to get some folk off your back, make things a little easier for you.
I doubt it. But here's to hoping.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna pop out now.
Okay.
Well, here's what I found out. Evidently, that fella there is a true believer. I was hoping that maybe he was only related through, this Gorm character, but it sounds like he's really into whatever the Eyeless offers. Two, the Eyeless are definite. I'm gonna relay that.
Sure.
I'll save us all 5 minutes.
Great. Well, what is
And,
the next step with this person?
Well, I mean, you're welcome to give it a try and just see what you can find out on top of that, but he didn't seem particularly high up to me. I think it'd be fine for you two to head on in there.
Let my fingers off.
No, don't bite the fingers. Keep the fingers on the hand. Otherwise, we're gonna get in trouble here.
Well, you think that Zach and I should try to, is that what you were saying? That we should try to question him?
He's gonna put a hand on both of your shoulders and say, I think you two are equipped for this.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we'll walk in.
As you guys walk into the cell to confront Urgloss, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Good thing I took as long as I did. Now you have to wait till next week.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Oh man. The plot thickens.
A little bit.